Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. We are live. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live. And this evening here on the huddle, I have a question for you. Are you a content creator who wants to launch and start your very own live stream show, but you're not sure how to get started? Well, this live stream episode, we're going to share with you our proven 10-step framework on how to launch your own live stream show. And we're starting right now. Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to The Huddle. I'm your host, Walter Strong, where we help working class content creators like yourself to grow your channel, get more views, and to make money online. And as we said this evening, we're going to be talking about our 10-step proven framework on how to launch your very own live stream show on YouTube. And so if that's something you've been wanting to do in 2026, but you're just not sure how to get out of the gate, or you have a live stream show, but you just need to start making some adjustments to it, you need to start making some pivot to it, because you need to just do a complete makeover of your live stream show. And so if that's you tonight, we want to get into this 10-step framework. But if you're just joining us in the live chat, let me know in the chat where you're watching me from. Give me a hashtag Team Live. I got my man Tech Troublemaker in the house, live stream extraordinaire, who brings on all the great guests on his show. So I see him in the chat as well. Let me know in the chat where you're watching us from. Let us know what device you are watching us on, especially as we are dual live streaming, horizontal and vertically. If you're watching the replay, you're part of the replay crew. Give us a hashtag Team Replay in the comment section. Let's see, write something real quick. Okay, perfect. That's good. So let's get into this content. We need to pull up. We need to fire up the good old Stream Deck so we can do a nice video presentation. We need to go into 10 steps. How do you start your very own live stream show? What steps do you need to take? You see so many people on YouTube with a live stream show. I see individuals with tech shows. I see individuals with wrestling shows. I see people with reaction shows. I see individuals doing movie review shows. Any type of show that you can think of that's in a part of your YouTube content, if it's possible, you can do it. And so we want to get into this content here. Get over here to the presentation. Boom. All right. There we go. Live stream show. Boom. Okay, there we go. Come on. There we go. Boom. Live stream show. Tip number one. Step number one. You got to narrow down your topic and your niche. Now, if you have this already on YouTube, you already know who your niche audience is. You know the target audience you want to reach and who you want to build a community with. If you're already on YouTube, this should already be nailed down. But if by chance it's not, hey, it's always good to do some review. You know, you got to have a topic about what this live stream show is going to be about. Maybe you want your live stream show to be about the latest tech and business news. So that's going to be your topic. Then you're going to niche down and because tech is such a broad topic, you want to kind of niche down and talk about what part of tech do you want to handle. Do you want to handle tech that deals with camera equipment, or about the latest cameras, the latest microphones, the latest, technology that's coming out each day? You got to have a particular topic and a niche. Maybe you want to have a live stream show that deals with sports. Again, sports is very broad. So if you're covering sports, but then you niche down, and now because the NBA playoffs are full in effect right now, maybe you want to cover the NBA. But because there's 30 teams and there were only 16 teams that made the playoffs, maybe you want to niche down further to a particular team in the playoffs. You have the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder, you have the New York Knicks, and you have my very own Detroit Pistons in the playoffs. And so pick your topic, then niche down in terms of what your live stream is going to be about. Once you got that nailed in, the next step is you got to look at selecting yourself a live stream show. A live stream show. Now, I need you to think about this. Is the live stream show going to be Coffee with Roy Richardson, aka Tech Troublemaker, where you're going to have a live stream show that's kind of based on the personality of the individual? Or are you going to call it, Walter Strong Media Services that's kind of built after your business? Okay, you got to kind of pick in terms of if it's going to take on the personality of the host, or is it going to kind of have a business brand name for your show? You got to really think about your live stream show. Now, this is something you can change if you're just kind of picking a generic one, but you really want to kind of narrow this down, especially if you see there's opportunities from live streaming, not just on YouTube, but you want to multi-stream to other platforms. You may have your own private community group. You may have in terms of an email list. You may want to get into podcasting, which we'll get into later. But you want to really nail down your live stream show. And so those of you who are watching me in the chat live, vertically or horizontally, if you have a live stream show, put your live stream show in the chat for me so we can provide some examples for those who are looking to launch their own live stream show. Give them some examples in the chat of your own live stream show, and maybe put hashtag based after you as the host, your personality, or based after a brand name that you have. We need to provide some examples in the chat. I can come off some, but there's some real life examples of live streamers who have live stream shows that you can provide in the chat. So do that for me. And so you have your topic, your niche, you have your live stream show name. Then you want to start looking at your artwork. You want to look at your artwork in terms of your branding of your artwork, in terms of your intro, your outro, in terms of having some branding with your artwork. With that, you want to look at in terms of what else? Some overlays, some background. You can kind of see how my background looks in terms of my brand colors, my logo, which is my W, which is after my first name. You want to kind of customize your live stream show that's going to help you be set apart from everyone else. You want to set this apart. So that you can stand out. You want to stand out here. Okay. So look at your artwork and everything, and some examples where you can start putting your artwork together. Maybe you want to use Canva. Canva is a great graphic tools that can help you to start putting your artwork together. But if you are a working class content creator like myself, and you're working a 9-to-5 job, you have family, you're a married person who has a spouse, and you have children, and you're like, man, I just don't really have the time to dedicate and to really put the work in this so that this could really pop and stand out. You can maybe look at Fiverr. Okay, that's another example. Whether if you go the pay route of hiring, outsourcing your artwork, or you're doing it through Canva, you want to pull your artwork. Okay, so we have the topic and the niche, we have your show name, we have your artwork. Then you want to look at your tech and your equipment, your microphone. What type of microphone are you going to be using? What type of video are you going to be using? Are you going to use a DSLR or mirrorless camera? Or are you going to use a webcam, or got a face cam, or a Logitech Brio? Or are you going to use your iPhone or Android smartphone? Whatever choice you choose, start with what you have. Start with what you have and build upon that. So that way, in terms of your video, boom, you have a quality video for your live stream show. In terms of audio, okay, which is, I think, is one of the most critical components to this part, because people sometimes won't be able to dedicate their time to watch the video live stream part of it, but they may have you on in the background. And so your audio needs to be of quality. Your audio needs to be quality, so that way you're not coming up too high, you're not speaking too low, you're not, it's not distorted, you're not picking up a lot of background noise with your dog Alfie in the background barking. You got TVs in the background. You want your audio quality at the place where it needs to be, and then you need to work on your lighting. Let me tell you something. It's still a work in progress for me. Even before I went live, I've been going back and forth with my lighting, removing this lamp stand and bringing in my regular studio lights. But it's still a work in progress. But even if you don't have studio lights like me, maybe if you're doing your live stream show during the day, you may want to use natural lighting, the natural lighting that's coming from outside. But most importantly, hey, your audio, your camera, making sure in terms of you're centered, and with this whole new thing with the vertical, I'm trying to make sure that I'm positioned properly. I'm looking at the screen. I can see basically they got the visual presentation, so you may not be able to see me fully, but you got me on the horizontal. Okay, I see they got me down here at the bottom, but I want to make sure I'm positioned right. And so the tech and the equipment, key components to your live stream show, because you want to stand out. On top of the video, in today's time, for the most part, everything is in HD. It's 1080. We have moved past the 720, 20 of recording videos and doing live streams. And so if you are doing your live stream in 720, you got to upgrade. You got to bring it up to 1080. You got to get a camera that allows you to be able to do it in 1080. And let me tell you something. If you don't have the camera, if you don't have the webcam, you got an iPhone or a smartphone. 1080 right here, HD. Don't try to spend a ton of money on trying to get a 4K camera. You're starting out the gate right now. But use your iPhone, your smartphone, if that's what you have to use, because live streams can not only be watched on the mobile phone device, not only is it watched on desktop, laptops, okay, but it's watched on smart TVs, HD TVs, smart TVs, okay? People have YouTube on their smart TVs, and they can watch you on television. And so if you're doing this in 720, the quality is going to not be at the level to provide an enjoyable viewer experience for your viewers that are watching. Remember, you're starting out the gate. You're trying to stand out. You're competing with so many people who are live streaming. And so you want to be able to put in the work. You want the content to match the package. I'll say that again. You want the content to match the package. Key important tip right there. Key important tip. All right. And so tech and equipment, and then promotion. How are you going to go about promoting this? How are you going to promote this live stream? You have your YouTube channel. You've put some shorts. You've put some videos up. But how are you going to promote and launch this new live stream show? Well, start with the post tab, or what we used to know it as is the community tab. Put together a nice little graphic design that you get off Canva and post it in the post tab, or I prefer it as the community tab, and let people know. If you look on the Huddle live stream channel, you're going to see some posts on the community tab, post tab, promoting the live stream, in particular about live stream shows. Another great way of promoting it, if you have access, is to your email. If you have an email list, you can promote it through your email list to individuals who watch your content. I think I can't stress that enough. they watch your content, they consume your content. Don't use the email list if this is not individuals who are not faithfully consuming and watching your content. They are getting something from every post and video that you do, because what you don't want to do is to spend that time and that energy and effort promoting it in a direction where ultimately you get little to any response from anyone. People, they love you, they respect you, but if they're not into your content, don't use the email list. You can share it from your YouTube page, maybe on a social media page that you are on, and you have a nice little following, say IG, Instagram, or Facebook, or LinkedIn. But again, you want to use wisdom in terms of how you're promoting this. But most importantly, you can't go wrong with word of mouth. Word of mouth, just networking and collaborating with other content creators that are on YouTube, and that you're on their channel, and you're not trying to self promote on someone else's live stream. But if they give you an opportunity to give you a shout out and to collab with you about what you got, something coming up, take advantage of it. And so that's promoting your live stream. If you do these 5 things, you're going to start strong out the gate. Hey, do me a favor. If you've gotten great value out of these first 5 steps and tips on how to launch your live stream show, do me a favor. Like this, hit that thumbs up for me. Share this on your favorite social media platform. If you are new to the Huddle, where you are a working class content creator and you want to grow your channel, get more views, make money online, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button for me. Click the alert notification button and be a part of the conversation here, that we're helping working class content creators to level up and to break through on YouTube in 2026. Let's continue. All right, our next 5 steps on launching your live stream show. What is your format going to be? Is your live stream show going to be, now before dual live stream came on the scene, it was pretty much horizontal. But now with dual, are you going to go horizontal and vertical at the same time? Or are you going to pick one and stick with that? Okay. Another key thing that's important to understand is, are you just going to be a solo co-host, or are you going to have a regular person with you who will be your co-host? And so there's 2 of you together. Are you going to have an interview style live stream, a la Joe Rogan, where Joe Rogan brings on guests to his show, where even though they're pre-recorded, but he brings on guests? Are you going to be doing your live streams? Are your live stream shows going to be pre-recorded, where you do them live, but then turn them into pre-records? Look at your format and how you're going to do it, and pick the one that you feel that the audience, I can't say this enough, that the audience is responding to the most, and go with that. If you need to make adjustments, you make adjustments, but get your format locked in. And then make sure you have a runner show that keeps you focused from the time you do the introduction, you're greeting your audience, you're greeting people and engaging them in the live chat, or even those on the replay who may be watching up to this point. You want to have a runner show that if you're bringing on a guest, you read their short bio. Don't bring a guest on where they got 2 pages of a bio, but a real brief bio, telling them a little about who they are and what their YouTube channel is about, their podcast channel is about, and what they specialize in, and who the audience and community that they're helping, and how this individual is going to bring value to your community, to your tribe, and then bring them on. Have a runner show, and then go into your 3 to 5 points. And then for there, maybe have Q&A. If not, a call to action. Wrap the show up, bring the train in the station, in the live stream show. A runner show. A runner show helps you to stay focused. It helps you not to go ranting and going on in what people have the squirrel moment where they go squirrel, squirrel. If you ever seen Up the movie, there's a scene where they have some characters in it, and every time they see squirrel, they get distracted. You get my point. But a Rona show is going to help you to focus. I was recently watching a live stream show that I've been kind of watching Tuesday nights after watching Tech live stream, and they were a wrestling reaction type show, and I've been kind of watching them the last couple of weeks. I found it very interesting, some of the conversations that they were having, but in particular, I was looking forward to kind of engaging with the live stream show, especially with WrestleMania just passing, WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday. So I was kind of interested in hearing what they were going to talk about. They started out hitting the points on what they were going to talk about, but then they went on a complete different topic that took them in another direction for 30 minutes. I'm not going to really discuss the subject matter but with you, but they got distracted, and they knew they was distracted, and it was a three panel host. You could see one host was trying to get them focused back, where the other two hosts wanted to keep going. It became evident to me, if they had to run a show, they completely abandoned it. But I was of the opinion, as a guest in the live chat, they didn't have to run a show, and they just completely abandoned whatever they were going to talk about. And I said, you know what? I didn't get what I was coming here for, so I checked out. When you don't have a clear runner show that's going to help you stay focused to get to the point, you can risk the chance of people in your live chat bouncing, especially when you're growing and you're starting out for the first 3 to 6 months. You want to be able to have a runner show, but you may say, well, Walter, I don't have that many viewers watching me live that much. I get it. I understand. You may have zero. You want to treat your live stream shows as if you were talking to 250 people right there on the spot live. If 250 people in front of you in the room, boom, you would give your presentation. You would share what you have to share because you got 250 people. Most importantly, I can't stress this enough. Don't forget the replay crew. Most of your reactions, your comments from your live stream show is going to come from your replay crew. You're going to have people that are from Europe. You're going to have people from Scotland. You're going to have people from New Zealand, Australia, and good old USA. Have a run of show. And then if you want to get into multi-streaming, where you're not just live streaming on YouTube, but you want to live stream to LinkedIn, to Instagram, to Facebook, and to other places, maybe you want to invest into a live stream software. Now, there is web-based live stream software, and then you have the ones that are not web-based. For example, StreamYard is a web-based live stream software that allows me, if I so chose to do so, I could have multi-streamed. But because my live streams are primarily for my YouTube channel that we are growing together as a community, I don't want to multi-stream to LinkedIn and Facebook. I have the capacity. The live stream software gives me the ability to engage with the audience, pull up chat comments or questions if I so choose to. But because this is more of an in-depth tutorial on how to start doing live streaming, we acknowledge as we go about. Okay, you have others like Restream, you have others like Riverside. If you are a Mac user, you have Ecamm, or if you don't want the web based because you're limited in what you can do with it, and you don't have a Mac where you can do Ecamm, you have OBS. You want to be able to put it together. You want to take it apart. That's my best way I look at OBS. It's a wonderful piece of software, open source streaming software that'll allow you to live stream, but you got to be willing to start from beginning into end, putting it together and taking it apart, whatever you so choose. Use the best one that fits your needs and that will put you in the best position to really bring value to your audience. And so, live stream software. Then we want to talk about repurposing. You've ended the broadcast, you've ended the live stream. Is the work done? Are you just going to move on to your next live stream that you've already posted because you're excited and you're getting into that promotion phase? Whoa, pump the brakes, pump the brakes, pump the brakes. You got this great piece of content. I see live stream shows or live streams like a nice Thanksgiving dinner. The turkey's the main event for most traditional US homes is the turkey. Thanksgiving is over, but you still got meat on that bird. What are you going to do? Well, that's what repurposing does. Repurposing allows you to, if you want to use AI tools like Opus Clips and Nexus Clips to get you the best highlights of your live stream, you can repurpose and get clips. If you want to be able to get 4 or 5 horizontal clips for your next videos where you don't have to spend the time batch recording 5 to 6 videos and you pull them from your live stream, you repurpose. If you're a person that's into podcasting and you want to upload it to Spreaker or Spotify and you want to do the video aspect, boom, repurpose. If you want the audio portion of it and you want to put it to Apple, boom, repurpose. If you want to be able to put together a newsletter and you want to pull the transcript from the live stream, boom, pull the transcript, make some adjustments, maybe go to ChatGPT, make some adjustments to it, boom, there's your newsletter that you want to email out on your email list. Repurposing allows you to be able to chop up this live stream into so many different clips. That's going to help be additional ways for you to promote you as the host and your live stream, a part of your YouTube channel. So utilize repurposing. Also, with web-based stream softwares like StreamYard, it allows you to be able to get the best clips through their AI tool software they have built into it. So you have that advantage of repurposing. Now, if you're looking for a good recommendation on a web-based streaming software, hey, link is in the description. Check it out. You can be able to get a nice little free bonus from StreamYard your first month. At the same time, it gives me a benefit to you utilizing the service. So the link is in the description. All right. So repurposing. Then last, the stream is over. You've repurposed. You got all this extra content now. And I think this is important. Too many content creators, myself included, at some point in time, we end up struggling with burnout. We feel like we can't come up with enough content to come up and to post new content. We're too tired to press record. We're too tired to stay consistent. We feel like we can't edit fast enough. And as a result, we're struggling. We're hitting what I call the YouTube crash. If you really nail down how to repurpose your live stream show, you're going to have some nice bit of content to be able to post the days and the weeks to come, and it will save you from burning out. And as you're doing that, it gives you the time to now review and improve on each live stream that you do. Now, I've been doing live streaming now for a couple of weeks, and I've been tweaking and making changes and adjustments. I said, this week, I'm going to do the presentation. I want to see how this presentation comes across, what type of response I get from the presentation, because I was getting great numbers on the vertical, but my horizontal was suffering. So I said, you know what? I need to bring back my slide presentation, and we're going to see how it goes. But review, make sure you put YouTube chapters in your live stream show, create that quality experience for the replay crew. So if they can't consume and watch all of it in one sitting, they can be able to have the chapters and to watch up to a certain point and come back when they're ready, review and improve on each episode or live stream that you do. If you do this, you use this 10-step proven framework on how to launch your own live stream show, you are going to grow your channel. You are going to get more views, and over time, you will make money online on your live stream being on YouTube. Hey, if you've gotten great value out of this episode here on the live stream of The Huddle, click that like button for me. Hit that thumbs up, share it on your favorite social media platform. With the few minutes of time we have left, and again, those of you in the chat, I truly appreciate you being here live with me here in the chat tonight. Let's go over a couple of questions. Frequent asked questions about starting a live stream show. The first one is going to be, how long should my intro be? Starting out, I want to have a nice intro. How long should the intro be? 30 minutes? Should the intro be 1 minute? 30 minutes. Should it be 30 seconds? Should it be, don't do 30 minutes. You will run everybody away. But should it be 30 seconds? Should it be 1 minute? Should it be 2 minutes? What should it be? A great piece of advice that I got from a previous guest that I brought on the Huddle. Her name was Cheryl Jones. She was a personal branding expert, and brought her on, and I had to go through her bio and one of the first things she talked about was my intro. And she took note of my intro, and she says, I see your intro is 10 seconds. I said, yeah, I'm pretty proud of, hey, she noticed. She said, that's too long. Like, what? 9 seconds, 10 seconds, that's too long? She said, yeah, you want to get this show out the gate. You want to greet your audience. You want to respect those that are waiting for you to go live. But then I raised the point to her. I said, but sometimes people don't get the notifications that I'm live. And so having a longer intro, I thought, was from the standpoint, maybe you have someone with a 2-minute intro. I know individuals who have almost 2-minute intros playing, and they want the notifications to go out. She said, you want to be able to respect live viewers' time and come on live and get into the content. YouTube or whatever platform you're on, however their notifications are going to work, will work, and they will come when they come. You just be consistent, you provide great content, and you have a respectable intro that's nothing greater than 3 to 5 seconds. I said, wow. So now I'm at 5 seconds. And she said, you don't need a bunch of, music and hopping and not. They didn't come for your intro. They came for you. And so I say to you, people who watch your live stream shows are not coming for your intro show, intro music. They come for you. On Tuesday nights at 9 p.m., I don't come for your intro. I come for you. If I'm going to watch Florence Donald at 6:30 p.m. on, Power, Productivity, and Purpose, I'm not coming for an intro. I'm coming for her. If I'm coming to watch James Hicks and Team No Sleep, I'm not coming for a dope intro. I'm coming for Mr. Professor James Hicks. And you can put your name right there along with him. So your intro, no more than 3 to 5 seconds. That's my recommendation. You let the notifications do their thing. As you build a tribe, as you build a community, they'll come. They'll tune into your show, and you will have a replay crew. Here's another thing that I've learned about long intros. You end up missing a live stream show, and you want to watch the replay of the show that you missed. And the host has this extremely long 2-minute intro, and it goes and it loops and it loops. I may not be in the mood for that. You may not be in the mood for that. So 3 to 5 seconds. Another question is, how long should your show be? Now, typically my live stream shows are no more than 25 minutes to 30 minutes. That's my sweet spot. That's where I try to do my live streams. But because I wanted to get into this 10-step framework, which I believe is proven. The reason why I feel like it's proven because I've been fortunate to have some of the top YouTubers on as guests on my show, but most importantly, individuals like yourself. I knew that this was going to run over to 35 to 45 minutes, and I'm comfortable because I needed to get the content out that's relevant and important to you in a timely manner, and don't add no additional fat to it, but make sure that I get you all what you need. And so my recommendation to you for your show length is run a show together, frame it where you're no more than 25 to 30 minutes. But if you have content that kind of goes over to 35 to 45 minutes, that's okay. That's okay. And if you feel like you're going to go past 45 minutes, that may be a part 2 for the next live stream show that you do. Okay. So show length, engagement. How do I increase my engagement? I'm just starting out. You're right. You're right. So you got to start where you are. Sure, everybody would love to have 450 people watching them live at one time, but even the best live streamers didn't start with 450 people watching them live at the same time. They started with how many? 0. And over time, the numbers increase. So start where you are. If it makes sense, it's in line with the goal and purpose of the channel, and you want to multi-stream through your live streaming software, or if you're on, a Mac user through Ecamm, if it makes sense according to the goal and purpose of your channel, then yeah, go where the audience is. Go ahead and Go ahead and multi-stream. But it has to make sense. It has to fit your goal. Don't go multi-streaming just for the sake because you have it available. Test it out. Okay, fine. But don't keep doing it when it's not in line with the goal and your purpose. Okay? That's how you increase engagement. And talk to your audience. Throughout the chat, not only do I address those that are live, but I address the replay crew. I appreciate up to this point those who are watching me on the replay up to this point. Engage not only live, but on the replay. Another good question is, how do I invite guests? How do I bring guests on? My format is going to be guests. How do I go about? Well, let me tell you how you don't invite guests first. What you don't do, that you're fortunate to be connected with them on, say, Facebook or on YouTube, you're subscribed to the channel on YouTube, you don't start going into their comment section and say, hey, can you please be a guest on my show? You don't go to their live stream and start putting in the chat. Can you be a guest on my show? If you're fortunate enough to be connected with them on social media, Facebook, X, or Twitter, I still refer to it as Twitter, or Instagram, don't go spamming people saying, be on my show, please, come on, be on my show, be on my show, be on my show. Nah. Find out if they got a website. If they got a website, go to their about section, learn and read a little about them. You want to make sure that they are a good fit for your show, for the audience that you are developing and building, the tribe that you're growing. And then after you've read the about section, then go to the contact section and reach out to them. And don't be so quick just to invite them, but put together a discovery call. If they respond back, put together a discovery call where you both can have a chat together for maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Do it like a fill out session. I have a couple of individuals that I have in mind that I want to bring out, but I got to schedule the time to do the discovery call because I need to know that they're going to be a good fit. Most importantly, I need to know, are they going to be comfortable being live on camera? I've made that mistake where I've brought individuals on and I was so impressed on how they were as a guest on someone else's show. I failed to take notice that they were not even comfortable with being on camera. And they didn't cut the camera on that one time. And I said, "Oh, nincompoop, how did you not catch that?" And that's because I didn't do a discovery call with them. So do a discovery call. If you're fortunate enough, if they don't have a website where you can reach out to them through a contact page, find out if they're on LinkedIn and connect with them on LinkedIn. One of the ways I was able to get the co-author of YouTube Secrets as a guest on this channel was because we were connected on LinkedIn. And I had been following Benji Travis on LinkedIn and making comments and, engaging on his post on LinkedIn. And finally, I got the courage to reach out to him in the messenger chat of LinkedIn, made my pitch, and he responded back and said, "Here's my email to my team. Reach out to them, and we'll set up a discovery call." But because he was on LinkedIn, because it's more professional in business, I was able to invite him. So learn how to invite your guests the right way. Then, do you need the latest and top expensive equipment to do a live stream show? Do you need the top Sony camera, the top Canon camera? Do you need a GoPro? No, you need to start with what you have. And if that's what you have is a smartphone, you start with it. Do you need a Shure 7 microphone, a top podcasting microphone? No, if you don't have an XLR and you have a computer, then hey, you get a Samsung microphone or an ATR 2000 USB and plugs up into your computer. Start with what you have. You don't have to get all this expensive gear. Do you need to get lights like Times Square to light yourself up? No. Again, if the show is during the daytime, use the natural lighting. If not, hey, go to Home Depot, get you a couple of decent lights and light yourself up like a Christmas tree. Couldn't resist. Last question. What is the best way of promoting? We talked on it earlier. Start with your YouTube community tab. If it makes sense, use your email list. But most importantly, use all the things that YouTube has available, like sharing your videos when it makes sense. And over time, the show will take notice. When I started doing the huddle in the very earlier days of the pandemic, I didn't realize how much attention the huddle was getting because people didn't know my first and last name, but they knew me as that's the huddle guy. That's the huddle guy. I'm a small channel. I have just a little over 100 subscribers, but I was word of mouth and word was getting around that, hey, this show is pretty good. This guy brings on some great guests. Most importantly, he brings on guests like me and you. And so that's the best way of promoting your live stream show. That's the 10-step framework of the huddle. That's the 10-step framework of the huddle. That's included with some frequent asked questions that people ask about live streaming shows. Let's just check right quick who else we have in the chat before we bring this train into the station. We've already acknowledged Tech, but I haven't really been scrolling down. Okay, perfect. I see Tech and I see. Who else do I see? Tech. Okay, cool. All right. So that's the content. Question of the day. If you're getting ready to start your live stream show, What are you going to start in getting your topic and your niche, your show name, artwork? Get started. And if you need help, if you need some coaching on your live stream show, let us know in the chat live or on the replay. And we will be willing to come alongside and to provide that needed coaching. I want to say this is I am so excited for my good friend Paula Picks. She is a new she's new into the YouTube circle for me, but I'm so excited when she gets ready to get started, whether if it's video content or live stream. This young lady's going to blow up. I'm that's the beauty of live stream. You get to blow up some people. My girl Paula's Picks. She says easy to follow framework. Walter, thank you so much, Paula. My goal was to be able to deliver these 10 steps, this 10-step frameworks. But if it was 1 to 2 people who would say, this was spot on, this hit the nail on the head, I've accomplished my goal. Thank you, Paula. You've given me my vote of confidence that we did right tonight. So thank you. And I'm just so excited when once the channel blows up, I'm gonna be there in your corner to root you on. So that's it. I want to allow you to enjoy the rest of your Friday evening and just be safe. A lot of stuff going on. Be safe. Be encouraged. Know that YouTube is a marathon. It's not a sprint. But with each piece of content that you upload and publish to YouTube or go live with your live stream, do it with the purpose of you're making an impact in someone's life and you're leaving a legacy to improve the quality of their life for the days, the weeks, and the years to come. God bless.